Welcome to the Marketing Revolution Podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution Podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group. Coming to you guys today with I want to talk a little bit about a book. One of my favorite books of all times is The Science of Getting Rich. I know some of you guys have heard this on my previous podcast. Y'all have probably heard me cite some of the chapters inside of the Marketing Savage Inner Circle this year. Our word of the year is abundance. One of the reasons why I love that book is because back in the day, man, I had a problem with scarcity. I had a problem like inside of my mind, my heart, my soul. Like I just kind of walked around life and I didn't feel like there was enough. And it wasn't until, later on down the road is when The Science of Getting Rich came to me. But I can still remember back in, it was probably 2005, 2006. I started a business. I was probably 3 years into the business. I was a one-man operation, one-man band. And I found the CD set of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And many of you guys know, if you've ever had the CD set of that, it was like literally like 10 discs. And it's all I listened to for years was Think and Grow Rich. And I still love that book, by the way. I love that book, but like I said, it's 8 to 10 CDs. What I love about The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, well, number one, The Science of Getting Rich was like pre-Think and Grow Rich. So Think and Grow Rich was written in the mid-1900s. The Science of Getting Rich was written in the early 1900s. And it is the smallest book. If you get the Audible is only about an hour and a half. And it is the thinnest book, the shortest read, giving you the exact knowledge that you need. No fluff. He doesn't go really deep into a lot of explanations. Right? Which is good because I listened to Think and Grow Rich for 2 years. I understand the explanations, the deeper level. I understand the why. I've listened to a lot of, Ralph Waldo Emerson. I understand the depth of what he's saying, the why behind it. So because of that, now I just need the reminders all the time. And one of the things I love about the book, and you need to find something like this in your life, like something that you can listen to, that you can read over and over again, that will clear you, okay? And what I mean by that is if you feel scarcity coming on, if you feel, these thoughts of, a lot of people call it like imposter syndrome, where they just don't feel like they're good enough, they don't feel like they're smart enough, all of these things, you got to have something that will just get you back, right? You got to have something that will just take you out of that way of thinking and move you into a better, more abundant, a rich thinking process. For me, that's The Science of Getting Rich. And many people, many of my friends, many of my coaching clients, many people that I referred to this book have literally read it or listened to it over and over and over again. And you can almost feel that stress that's inside, or that fear that's inside of our body, begin to be removed as you listen to or read it. And I can't even tell you how many times, I listen to it probably every day at some point. And, here's the thing, guys. So I am writing a book based on biblical principles that is going to be very, very similar to The Science of Getting Rich. To me, in my life, it is one of the most important philosophies that I've ever read and listened to. Because of that, I am going to build off of that, and I am going to put something together that is absolutely going to blow y'all's minds. I'm going to take what was written back then with a lot of, references and things like that really, you can understand them, but you would be able to understand them better if you lived in the early 1900s. I'm going to take that up to today's day and age, and I'm going to create stories and craft a message around something that was written a long time ago, very, very powerful, but I'm going to bring it up to date to what we're talking about, to the entire world conversation that we're having today. So a little bit of a book announcement, and I've been working on this for a while. And I got to say that this right here is definitely going to be my life work. Yeah, one of the things that happens, like the people that I do business coaching, most people think that I would spend more time with them on marketing and stuff like that. It's just not the case. I spend more time teaching them how to think, giving them practical ways to change the way that they feel about themselves. And that, my friends, is why I see incredibly not only rapid results, but big results with people that work with me one-on-one. Is simply because I pour life into them and I make sure that they stay on track. We all need somebody like that in our life. You know, I have, God, 3 coaches in my life. I've got like a spiritual coach, I've got a business coach, and I've got an individual that's like a motivation coach, like a high performance coach. And, man, I wouldn't do life any other way. It's what got me to where I am today. You know, and I was like many of you guys out there. I mean, I was on the fence about the whole business coaching thing for a long, long time. I got to say, this is the one thing, like people ask you, like, do you regret anything in your life? No, I don't regret a damn thing in my life. If I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, I would have told myself to invest in a mentorship, to invest in a business coach years ago. But what you got to look for, let me explain to you guys something. Mentor is a lot different than a business coach. We need coaches, right? So we need coaches. We need people who can coach us, but we also need people who can mentor us. So in some cases, the people that I work with, I do coach. In other cases, I mentor them. There is a need for either or. A coach is an individual from the outside looking in who can give you motivations, can give you suggestions, can keep you accountable, all of these great things. A mentor is somebody who walked down the path that you are seeking to walk down and can give you shortcuts on how to get there faster. That is where you begin to step into the realm of wisdom. But it's all what you're looking for. So what I recommend you guys out there, if you've thought about it, you've been considering it, look, man, you've got to invest in yourself. And another thing, don't go try to get the cheapest person or hire somebody for free or get somebody to do it for free, for trade, anything like that. Because what that tells me is that you're not willing to invest in yourself. There is as much power in investing in yourself as there is in the actual coaching or the mentorship. Because now you are telling yourself that you believe in yourself. You're putting your money where your mouth is. I had to learn that. I went years and years and years. And granted, I mean, if you guys go back to the John and Tom 360 podcast, if you guys go back before that, I had a mastermind with David Wright, who's one of Tom Zig Ziglar's, top organizational coaches. He's the lead guy. I mean, these guys were my friends. They were around me day in and day out. So I was like, man, I don't need a coach. I don't need somebody to mentor me. I don't need any of that because I got these guys. I'm surrounded by these guys all the time. Man, I was so wrong because I finally got it. Napoleon Hill talked about free advice is worth exactly what you pay for it. And I finally got that when I invested in myself and when I changed my story. And I literally, the first time that I invested in myself, the very first business coach that I hired was $5,000 a month. And it was a year deal, right? So literally committing to $60,000. And I got to tell you, I was a little worried because back then that was a lot of money for me. And when I finally pulled the trigger and did it, like I woke up the next day a new person. He didn't have to say one word to me. It was just that I invested in myself, my friends. So anyhow, y'all, I know I started this talking about Wallace Wattles and talking about the science of getting rich, but all of this stuff works hand in hand. So get out there, start living in abundance, invest in yourself, and I promise you that your life will go to the next level. As usual, I'll see you on the next one.